Frank Stone trailers, demo, and website have all featured the trinkets prominently, and my viewers have been kind enough to let me know that they're all themed around add-ons to Dead by Daylight Killer's abilities. With the game just a week away, now's a perfect time to see if we can figure all of them out. Why? Because we're not going to have to wait long to find out if we're right. So let's start off with the two we've seen. The Iridescent King, which is an ultra-rare doctor add-on, and the Wooden Horse, which belongs to the nurse. So there's 10 others that we need to figure out. Luckily, a few of them have been identified by viewer Redcap1923. This is the Hag's waterlogged shoe. Here's the Blight's blighted rat. Does he name everything after himself? Also, I was sure this was a cat. Embarrassing. Next up is Victor's Soldier, which affects the twins' power. And finally, the Blacksmith's Hammer, which is the Knight's. So that's 6 we've accounted for, with 6 still unknown. But here's the crazy thing. I think I've identified 2 of them, with solid guesses for another 2. How could I do this while knowing approximately 0 about Dead by Daylight? Turns out the wiki is incredibly helpful, offering images for every add-on in the game. Also, I assume that no killer would have 2 different add-ons represented in the trinkets, so that's 6 I could immediately cut out. Let's start with the 2 I'm sure of. This freaky shape thing is, of all things, the Iridescent Head, an add-on for the Huntress's hatchets. That's not something I ever would have guessed, and it's not an exact match, but as you can see, the shape is really close, far closer than any other add-on. This knife was a little harder. I started out by searching for every knife, blade, or dagger in the game, which, yeah, there's a lot of. But here's the thing. The trinket has a surprisingly distinct shape, with the blade going up and down and a wide bar across the top of the hilt. Amazingly, only one knife add-on in the game looks like that, and it's the Sacrificial Knife. So yeah, I'm 99% sure this is the Sacrificial Knife, an add-on for the Dredge's Reign of Darkness ability. I've got a few options for this next one, but I'm certain it's going to be one of them. I looked at it and my first instinct was feather. That's obviously a feather. And there are a bunch of feathers in the game. The clown has the robin feather and the starling feather, the artist has an iridescent feather, Dracula has a sylph feather, and Vecna has a raven's feather. Now, we can eliminate those last 2 immediately, because I doubt they're going to be putting in a licensed characters add-on for Frank Stone, which leaves us with 3 possible feathers. If it's a feather. I'd assumed it was based on the shape profile. Big part on the top, little stick-looking thing poking out at the bottom. But while I was searching through all of the add-ons, I noticed 2 other items that share the same basic shape. These 2 severed fingers. Redhead's pinky finger and Tattoo's middle finger. I think it could be either of these as well. So that's 5 solid options, and an 80% chance that it belongs to the clown. That leaves us with 3 left. I've got 2 where I have some wild guesses, and one that's absolutely baffling to me. These 2 are broadly skull-shaped, so I think they might be a skull or mask. The available options are Wooden Oni Mask, Grim Iron Mask, Face Mask, Homemade Mask, Malthinker's Skull. We can drop most of these right away. Face Mask doesn't look right, and it's for Jigsaw, so it can't be one of the trinkets. And the Grim Iron Mask belongs to the Knight, and he's already got the Blacksmith's Hammer. And I'm sure he's not going to get 2. The same goes for the Malthinker's Skull, which belongs to the Dredge, who has the Sacrificial Dagger. So that limits us to the Wooden Oni Mask, which, appropriately enough, belongs to the Oni, and the Homemade Mask, which is connected to the Unknown. Now, I don't think that there's going to be 2 masks. So while I feel good that one of these 2 is a mask, and one of those 2 masks, I don't know which is which. Finally, we've got this one, and no matter how many times I look over the images of the add-ons, I don't see anything that looks like it. One thing I can say, however, is that we don't know how many dolls there are going to be in the game. When I saw that there was a twins doll and a twins trinket, I jumped to the conclusion that there would be a dozen dolls with a matching trinket for each. That assumption seems to have been busted. We've seen 3 dolls in the game, the twins, the hillbilly, and what I thought was Monster Frank Stone, but turns out was Evan McMillan. You'll notice that of the 3, we've only got a trinket for one of them. Yes, 2 trinkets are as yet completely unidentified. But if we look over the Trapper and the Hillbillies add-ons, it's pretty clear that none of these match the 3 shape profiles. So that means we've got no idea how many dolls there might be. There could still be 12, like the trinkets. Maybe fewer. There might even be 23 dolls, one for each of the existing original killers, plus Frank Stone. Assuming Frank Stone gets a doll for his killer form, which, come on, why wouldn't he? If you've got any idea about these last trinkets, please let me know. There's still time to solve this mystery before the game comes out. For now, I've been the Hidden Object Guru. Thanks for watching. If you had a good time and you'd like to see more of those buttons coming up to help with that, questions, comments, go in the comments section below the video. Seriously, if you have any idea what these trinkets are, drop them in the comments. Play my game, Clown in the Woods, itch.io. It's free. We'll see you back here for more Frank Stone as we count down the, oh my god, it's just 1 week until the game comes out. But until then, I'll say that's right. Au revoir.